Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards, back with another video. Today is April 1st. So this past Saturday, a lifelong friend of mine decided to get back into cards. And I thought, what a fantastic decision. Well, let's just say the first stages, and that being going through what he has, not really buying anything new at the moment, but just seeing what he has on hand that he hasn't looked at in a while. I don't have too many friends that are into cards. That's why I've got you guys. But going back and checking out stuff he had since he was a kid to the point where he went to college. I mean, we had a blast. We've known each other since we were 5 years old. So, going on 40 years. And it was cool spending time together, sleeving up cards, laughing about players, and players that you remember playing, watching their careers. Those guys just hit different to me. Now, I love looking at DiMaggio cards, Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, Mays, all the greats across all different sports, but I never saw them play. It's just a different feeling for me to go through cards of players we grew up with. And we rifled through a lot of bad players, let me tell you. But that was half the fun part, to be honest. Asking ourselves, remember this guy, or remember that one play that guy had? It's just a satisfying feeling. The same feeling I got when I got back into cards myself about 4 years ago, going through my own personal collection. But it was great to experience that same feeling, and especially doing it with someone that I've known all my life. It was a great afternoon, let's put it that way. But with that, going over that, I wanted to get back into my own PC, and I wanted to look at a player not known for playing with his first team, and that is the Hall of Famer, Pedro Martinez. Here is a really neat League Leaders card. Now, this particular set, they have the league leaders on both sides of the card, not just, showing both on the front. But you got the AL ERA leader here, and then on the other side is the refractor side of the National League ERA leader. I really wish both sides were refractors, but, still a spectacular card, in my opinion. Well, like I said, we're going to look at some Pedro cards, but him in the Dodger uniform. I found these in my PC. I figured I'd show them off. I don't got too many early Pedro cards. I didn't really chase him back then. Probably should have. But we'll start off with one that's not particularly too hard to get. Well, none of them really are, but we got this 93 Donruss. And I like this one because there's a lot of blue here. He's got his SSK branded glove there. But you also have this bright red number 45 peeking out of his uniform. So that was a nice touch. So in 93, Pedro, he did start 2 games, but he was primarily a reliever. He appeared in 65 games for the Dodgers. He did pitch 107 innings, and he struck out 119 batters. But, like I said, he was in 65 games, started 2, but he had 10 wins, which you will not really see that often nowadays. In his 2 starts, he pitched 7 1/3 innings, gave up 11 hits, had a 7.36 ERA. Now, was that a sign to trade him to Montreal for second baseman Delino DeShields straight up? I don't know. DeShields' Dodger tenure wasn't the greatest one. But maybe they gave Pedro a couple chances to start, and they decided to move on from him. But that is a decision they can't really relive. So here's the 93 Donruss. You know, Donruss is Donruss, but I like that card, just how it looks. You also have this Dodger emblem on the bottom in red. Red diamond. That's pretty neat. Next, what else? How about the year before, 1992? We have this gold leaf rookie, which actually is his second year card. This card might be my favorite of his in Dodger blue. I like the gold framing on this. Now let's look at the back. And there is a write-up here. Pedro made a rapid progression through the Dodgers minor league system in 91, having success on all 3 levels. The Dodgers see him as an integral part of their pitching for years to come. Do they really? Then why did they trade him the next year? But yeah, he was great in 91. 3 different levels he pitched, but he had 18 wins and 192 strikeouts. I wonder if he was probably their pitcher of the year. That's what I'm guessing in the system. But I really like this card. The Leaf Gold rookie. Well, a rookie for a Leaf, anyway. I always like this one. So, another great card in Dodger blue for Pedro. Let's stick with 92. This one, an Upper Deck Bloodlines card, along with his brother Ramon. Pedro here sporting number 48, which he never wore in a Major League Baseball game. Look at the size difference between the two. You know, Pedro, what, 5'11", maybe? Got his older brother here. This before Pedro threw any pitch in the majors. But this season he would get a little taste only throwing 8 innings. Ramon, he was already established as an all-star at this point, and he would pitch another 7 years with the Dodgers. Here's quite the write-up if you want to pause and read it over. But yeah, Ramon, after his 7 years, he signed as a free agent in 1999 with the Boston Red Sox, where he would reunite with his brother. I think the first year in 99 he got hurt, and then he would go on and pitch quite badly for them in 2000. I think he had over like a 6 ERA, while his brother was flourishing in a Red Sox uniform. So this is actually one that I recently picked up. I thought I had it, but I saw it only a couple bucks and worth the price. The Upper Deck Bloodlines card. And of course, we have the 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition Diamond Skills rookie card. Love this one. Love the high hat. It's like almost like Tommy Mansky put it on himself. He's got the curly hair in this one. Front is a bit tilted if we want to look closely and get too picky. But a great version of this card. Back looks really good. Best right-handed pitcher. Now this says California League managers named him the best pitching prospect and possessor of the best fastball. Now Pedro, he had those long fingers, which helped his slider, his curveball, and that devastating changeup. You know, he would choke the ball because his fingers were so long, and still had that whip action for his fastball arm slot that made his changeup so good. So it'd be a couple years from now until he really honed it in. But yeah, there's some Dodger cards with Pedro. Now let me know in the comments, you prefer Pedro in the Dodger blue or even Expos blue, or in Red Sox red. To me, it's no contest. Blue all the way. As a matter of fact, wish he never wore a red uniform ever in his career, but he did. So those are pretty neat cards there. Then I came upon another card just out of the blue last second while I was getting this video ready. Where is it? Oh, I got it right here. Different player, but another one that really started out in a totally different uniform that people recognize him in. And that is, let's use this one here, the 1976 Rookie Infielders card. We got Willie Randolph here in Pirates yellow. Sick uniforms, by the way. Randolph had 70 plate appearances with Pittsburgh, hitting .164. They shipped him to New York with Ken Brett, Doc Ellis. 4, any guesses? Doc Medic. 2 Docs getting traded for one another. But Medic was pretty solid for the Yankees. Only spent 1 year in Pittsburgh, while Randolph became a 6-time All-Star. He was actually an All-Star the year after they traded him. Won a Silver Slugger, World Champion, and Yankees captain. Now, what I love about these cards is that everyone, no matter what their careers turned out to be, everyone's got a story. We go to Dave McCay next. Good little infielder with Minnesota, Toronto, Oakland. But he had that second career and a long coaching relationship with Tony La Russa and pitching coach Dave Duncan, which seemed to last forever. They were together from 1986 through 2011 in Oakland and St. Louis. McCay actually co-wrote a book in 1988 with Jose Canseco on how to properly inject steroids. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Calm down. It is April Fool's, though. That is my April Fool's joke. No, it was a strength training book. I should have looked up the title, but I didn't. But McCay, yeah, he is also currently the first base coach of the Diamondbacks. World Series runner-up. And then we got Jerry Royster. Seems like he played for the Braves forever. He actually played a very limited role with the Dodgers for 3 seasons prior to this card coming out. He made that over 3 years, that might have been 20 games. So very limited. He's a former coach and was even named the the Brewers manager in 2002. I think he became interim manager, then named full-time, but I think he only lasted through that year. But he also pitched managed in the Korean League, 2007. So well-traveled baseball lifer. Last, we got Roy Stager. He had a brief 4-year, often injured tenure in the bigs. Say what you will, but 4 years is a lot more than a lot of guys I've seen on a baseball card before. Third baseman with the Mets. He basically got the starting job eventually because the manager of the Mets was Stager's minor league manager. And that was Joe Frazier, not Smoking Joe. But he was fired, and a new Joe came in to manage, Joe Torre. So after that, Stager's playing time diminished, and then he was traded to the Yankees, which was the first trade between the Yankees and the Mets that only involved the two teams. So they may have had a trade together with, a third team involved, but as far as, the Bronx to Queens, he was involved in that first trade. But his tenure with the Yankees, he played 4 games with them. And unfortunately, he missed a hit-and-run sign in the second game that resulted in a triple play. So I don't think the organization really felt like they needed him around too much long after that. I think he played maybe one minor league season after. But Love doing a deep dive on these rookie or prospect cards. Because you never know. You know, even if you don't have the most impactful playing career, you could carve out something else as a coach or a manager. Or maybe you just go on and live a quiet life after. Everybody's got their own story. But just a couple cards I ran across. Most of these I've had for a while. But like I said, I did come across that card recently. You know, months ago. But figured that'd be a way to show it off. But, you know, I love talking about any cards. Any player. You know, I love doing some research on these guys and just learn stuff that you wouldn't normally know about. But, like I said, looking at these cards is kind of what I experienced over the weekend. Just going back and looking at cards in our own collections and reminiscing about players that we watched played. But I think that's it for now. I'm going to try to get a box opening, hopefully, this week. But stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. Trying to get some videos that I have not seen in a while. Or have not seen ever, actually. Trying to get those out of the way. You know, I'm really interested in seeing what you guys have going on yourselves. So, trying to get caught up. But, I think everyone can speak for that as far as time and what else we got going on in our lives. But, I'll knock them out either way. So, again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Comment on any cards. I'm sure you have some of these, but maybe you got some stories on them as well. So, again, thanks for watching, and we will get back to the videos very soon. So, everyone take care, have a great week, and we'll talk to you later.